we have no doctrines, we have no dogmas. There are no catechisms or requirements that we all march in lockstep with the things we believe about the world and us in it. The only thing that I think we really do agree upon pretty reliably is that we don't think that any gods exist. And beyond that, we will argue heatedly amongst ourselves just as much as we will with believers.
Yes, we do.
So.
Well, thanks for clearing all that up. Really
sure. Well, thank you, Jeremy. Appreciate your call.
Yeah, definitely.
And it looks like line 2, it looks like we've got Stephen in Dallas. Hi, Stephen.
Hey, this is my girlfriend and I are actually calling because we're huge fans of the show.
Thank you.
What you're doing. And we actually were curious, you've heard of an organization called Concerned Women for America or something like that?
Concerned Women for America what?
Yeah, I've heard of them, yes.
Wendy Wright. Yeah, we stumbled across a couple of YouTube videos of Wendy Wright meeting, well, quote-unquote debating Richard Dawkins. My girlfriend actually thought that
You're going in and out really bad on us.
Yeah, you're breaking up just a little bit, Stephen.
Yeah. And you're on speaker, sorry.
Yeah, there we go.
My girlfriend brought up the point that scientists tend to not put stuff into layman's terms for creationists. And it just didn't seem to not really click with Wendy when he was talking to her.
Well, it could just be that Wendy's dumb, right? I mean, that would not be something I would discount. But
I've watched his debates with Alistair McGrath, and in my view, just talking theology, I thought the ideas were going straight over McGrath's head. I mean, the things that he was answering were not with Dawkins.
It seems to be like that with all debates that I've watched. Like there's a rabbi that debated Hitchens and several other incidents.
This is why I say that I mean, debates, I think, really are just theater. I don't think that they are particularly useful.
Right.
Theists go into them with sort of a script that they have prepared. And I don't really know that they ultimately sway folks very much.
Although the great debate with Hitchens, they did an
well,
audience
there are
poll.
good ones, there was absolutely fantastic one where, you know, is the Catholic Church a force for good in the world?
They did an audience poll before the debate, they did an audience poll after the debate, and there was a huge difference in the leaning.
Overwhelmingly no after the debate, right?
Yeah.
So you're right, there can be good ones, but for the most part, I think when you see these debates take place, many times it really does tend to be the people, the theists, the creationists, it's the folks on that side are the ones who really, really pursue the debate format. Because, you know, creationism in academia is a non-starter, right? You know, it's a science killer. There's just there's no room for, you know, investigation or inquiry or anything like that when you just, creationism doesn't provide a body, it doesn't provide a testable hypotheses. Yeah, it's just non-scientific in every possible way. And so, since they cannot get their ideas taught as science in classrooms, and since they don't get the respect from academia, they seek these debate forums where, you know, they'll get some prominent mouthpiece for the creationist side, and they'll try to get some prominent scientists to debate them. And then they can sort of do their routine that they have perfected in churches.
Essentially, it's a publicity thing.
Well, but it's a way of, if you can get more of your folks packed into the debate audience and get them cheering more loudly for you, then you have won. That's another real problem that I have with the debate format. Whoever wins is the person who gives the better performance in it. And it really isn't about getting to facts and truth. It's not really about educating. It's about who can get their message out more clearly, whether it's right or wrong. And so, and they love the idea of they love the idea of truth being about being essentially a publicity, truth being a popularity contest, shall we say?
The whole debate eventually turned into a redefining of the word evidence, and she demanded his evidence, but what she was trying to get him to do is essentially just say, "You have to believe me." And he cited examples from several museums of fossils that she should look at, and DNA patterns and things like that, and just went over her head. And she said, "Well, that's not evidence."
Well, yeah, I mean, when they haven't even been educated in the basics of the science, you can try to hit them with that, and then they'll be like, no, that's just, no. Yeah, and you get the argument from
which I was looking for. There was no
sure.
position you could take to change her mind.
Well, there's no cure for willful ignorance, I have often found, which can be depressing. So, otherwise. So, yeah.
Anyway, we just wanted to say that we like what you're doing. And
Thanks very much.
all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Okay, we've got, looks like Jacob on line 3.
He's been holding for a while.
On Minneapolis?
I think so. Jacob, are you on?
Hey.
Hey.
Is this Jacob?
Yeah,
How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good.
We are well.
All right, so I'm calling because I have evidence for the Genesis creation account.
Oh, you do?
Not just against evolution, but for the creation account.
Bring it.
All right. Specifically, it's about the flood, because if you look in the fossil record, what you see is at lower strata, you will find fossils of weaker animals and other creatures and that kind of thing. And then as you go up and up, you will find more complex things. And so when the flood hit, basically what would have happened is that the creatures that we find at the lower end weren't able to escape the flood as quickly, and you get further to the top and you get things like humans and things that can swim and stuff that can escape the flood more easily. So.
But I thought everything escaped the flood. Didn't Noah take 2 of everything? And 7 of some or something like that? So everything, I mean, all species escaped the flood then, correct? So they should all be alive today, right? Do you understand what I'm asking? There should be no extinct species except for modern extinctions.
So, like, we have dinosaurs and that kind of thing, which
would have gone on the ark according to the Bible, correct?
Mm-hmm. Well, then, if you're saying dinosaurs would not have been able to fit on the ark, right?
I've always heard it was
Okay.
baby dinosaurs.
Well,
just
but no, let's
let's
go with this one then. Okay, so if dinosaurs were not able to fit in the ark, right? So you're essentially saying that because we find, say, the fossil remains of Brontosaurus and Tyrannosaurus deeper than we find fossil remains of humans, that means that they were weaker than humans?
Well,
So T-Rexes were weaker than humans because...
I guess my question is, doesn't the creation account says that 2 of every animal went on that ark, and that there were some of which they brought 7 that were sacrificial animals later. So you can't say that dinosaurs didn't go on the ark and then say that you're supporting the creationist account as recounted in the Bible. There would have to be dinosaurs on the ark, or else there would have to be no dinosaurs, ever. That's the only way that argument works. The Bible says he put every animal on that ark.
Well, actually, God told Noah to only put things that breathe through their nostrils on the ark, but...
Okay, well, that's still, that's still...
Wait a minute, he brought birds. Wait. So you're saying... But a dinosaur does breathe through its nostrils.
Yeah, I mean, that would still leave all the land dinosaurs, right? So we've got some dinosaurs, crowding the ark, and yeah. But then imagine this then. What about, okay, there are some humans who know how to swim, right, and some who don't. There are some who can't. So wouldn't we see human remains at all different levels of strata? With the humans who were non-swimming humans, we'd find their skeletons. We'd find human beings at all different levels.
We would find all animals at one level, leveled out from a worldwide flood. There would be humans and everything else put together on a single layer of strata.
Right. With the non-swimming humans at the bottom of that
layer
and the swimmers desperately like... Yeah, I mean... Yeah, there would be like this, it would be, if you imagine, geological strata would basically be like a big sandwich, right?
Yeah.
Where you'd have all these other rock layers.
There'd be nothing, all the animals
with nothing,
dead in a
and then there'd be this one layer where it was just
modified.
densely packed with the, rich creamy nougat filling of like 10 billion fossils, all together in one single layer. And you wouldn't find fossils in any layers either above or below, right? Because if the flood was an event, you would find everything at the same layer.
It seems like it.
Yeah, I mean... Right. And
that's what I would predict if I was going to go looking for it.
Yeah. Because it's not like the flood is said to have lasted for, eons of geological time, right? It was 40 days and 40 nights.
Right.